Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. Starting off the vlog and the week, it is Monday morning. So as usual, I'm here at Daylesford for my Reformer Pilates, which is making me feel really good. I feel like I feel stronger having been doing Pilates regularly for maybe 3 months now. So it's going well. I'm really glad to have got into this habit. And it's also something just really nice about being at Daylesford to start the week. I get a few salads, I go and have a little look around the garden centre. I've got my laptop with me today, so I think I'm actually going to sit in the spa kind of cafe area and do a little bit of work while enjoying a smoothie or something this morning. Class starts in 10 minutes and I was listening to Sarah Raven, as in you probably have heard of her via her seeds and her plants. I was listening to Sarah Raven's podcast on the drive here and it fully influenced me. I have just made a purchase on my phone of tomato seedlings and also spinach seedlings, which to many gardeners you'd think, gosh Josie, how lazy. But my spinach last year did so well, but this year it appears to be struggling. And it is something that we eat a lot of, so I thought for the sake of £6 I'll buy 5 seedlings from Sarah Raven. And I didn't plant any tomato seedlings this year because of the lack of greenhouse, but having just listened to Sarah and Arthur talk about them in the podcast, I got FOMO, so I didn't want to miss out. We've got the little Victorian greenhouse now, which I didn't know we would have at the beginning of the year. That's a lie because I've had it since November, but anyway, I just thought that I would do some tomato seedlings. So I've ordered 2 different types and I think they'll look really lovely growing in little terracotta pots. Maybe I'll plant some out in the garden, but maybe I'll just keep growing them inside. It really is a shame that they haven't done seedlings here in the Daylesford Market Garden this year. If I see anyone from the gardening team, I'm going to ask why, because that was such a joy to like come and it was like a child in a candy store, pick through all the seedlings. But they weren't very expensive, so maybe they just weren't making enough money from them, but still a shame. Anyway, it's 8:22. Has my order gone through? Yes, it has. Oh gosh, I could just get so carried away on the Sarah Raven website, but I didn't even browse. That's why I wanted to do this order on my phone, so I didn't get carried away this time. Yeah, so time to do an hour of Pilates and then get cracking with the day. Okay, back home again, and I just had my very late brunch, just some fried eggs on that Biona bread. It's my go-to for a quick and filling breakfast, and here are a couple of little bits that I couldn't help but treat myself to at Daylesford. Every time I go, it's so hard to control myself because everything there is so lovely. And I'd had my eye on these for quite some time. I actually have these already in white and in pink. The pink ones I got from Tory Burch and the white ones are from Daylesford, but I thought I would add some green to my collection. It's not the full set obviously, but they're just really nice to have in the middle of your table. I think I would love to go all out and buy that beautiful set that I showed you in the last vlog with the hand-painted leaves, but actually we do have a really nice set of plates. These are also from Daylesford with the little kind of bobbles at the back. I think the best thing to do is get yourself like a classic, really lovely plate set and then just add in interesting details like this for the centerpiece of your table, for kind of like picking bowls, and then you can change up your table without having to buy an entire new set every single time. So I got 2 little pinch bowls, 2 larger bowls, and then 1 of these big plates, and I think they're so lovely. They'll definitely go with all my color schemes. They'll work really well with everything that I've already got. So I'm going to whack these in the dishwasher. I always think you should clean new crockery that you get, and then I need to sit down and do a load of editing. Hello my darlings, gosh, it is now 6 p.m. Would you believe today has just absolutely vanished? You've really not missed anything with my lack of vlogging today. It has been an email day, it has been an editing day, it has been a big old catch-up day, and I'm also trying to get more regular with uploading to my actual blog where it all began. So I've just been finishing up a post all about how to start a herbaceous border. If you watched Tuesday's video, you'll have seen a lot of time lapses of Charlie and I setting up a herbaceous border at the cottage, and I had so many questions on Instagram. I really didn't predict the amount of interest in planting a herbaceous border, but we had so many questions and I thought I would do a blog post about it. So I'll leave that linked down below. Charlie and I are about to go on our evening garden walk, and I'm going to do my early evening skincare routine, which actually this evening is going to be very, very quick because I have not put on makeup all day. I have been so happy with my skin lately. I feel like I've been updating you on my skin a lot lately, and that's probably because I feel like I'm really confident now with my knowledge of what my skin loves, what makes a real impact on my skin, what works in the short term, what works in the long term, and I'm in a very good place, and I feel like I know my skin. Obviously everybody's skin is different, so you always have to take what I say with a pinch of salt. A product that works wonders for me may not be the perfect one for you, but one that I keep talking about and have told all of my friends about is my Daily Doser from Skin & Me. So that is what I'm going to put on my skin right now. Okay, here it is, my Daily Doser from Skin & Me. This one says Skin & Me for Josephine, and for good reason. This is designed exactly for me and my skin needs. So if we, oh my goodness, a massive bird just flew past the window. There have been so many birds of prey around here lately. Where was I? Yes, so if we skip back to around 8 or 9 months ago when I first began my Skin & Me journey, you take makeup-less photos, upload them to the website, and fill out a super quick questionnaire on the Skin & Me website. I'll leave a link to where you can do this down below. And you basically are refining your #1 skin priority. And then a team of experts will then design your product for you, just for you, based on your skin goals. So within my Daily Doser, I have got active ingredients. All the guesswork is taken out because the experts have designed this exact cocktail of active ingredients for my skin based on what I said and the pictures that I sent over initially. And the percentage of these active ingredients starts low and then builds up month on month. You get one of these through the letterbox every single month, and it builds up the active ingredients so your skin can build a tolerance for them. And they really do make an incredible difference. Even last week when Kat, my photographer, came over, she was like, Josie, I'm so grateful for you introducing Skin & Me to me. Her skin was glowing, she looked amazing, she always looks amazing, but I could just tell that she felt more confident with her skin, and that is just what I love to hear. I'd love to know if any of you guys have started Skin & Me recently and how you are getting along. I just hear so many amazing stories from my friends and family. But yes, you get a Daily Doser through the letterbox every single month. It just comes, this actually arrived yesterday. This is my May to June one. It's even got the signature here of the prescriber. This is the person that prescribed my Skin & Me Daily Doser. Comes in this little yellow pouch, and then you have this tube. You probably will have seen this many times before. It has got little dates on it, and as you twist it, the product comes out the top. I pop it on my skin after I've removed my makeup or done my cleansing at the end of the day, and then when this is finished, your next one probably will have just arrived, and this is made from aluminium, so it's infinitely recyclable. With Skin & Me, they don't have any excess plastic, whether that's in the packaging or the actual product itself. So my skin goal when I very first started my Skin and Me journey was about reducing my visible pore size. I would say this time last year I just wouldn't feel great. I wouldn't feel great coming on here and talking to you with no makeup, because I would feel that my skin looked congested. I would feel like I just looked tired all the time and just kind of lacking that healthy glow. And all of those things, maybe you guys can see as well, I feel like I've really noticed a hugely visible improvement. And even my friends are asking me about my skincare routine, and I feel like when other people notice your skin improving, then it must be really improving. Level 1 is when you notice it, when it feels better, and when you notice it looks better. And then level 2 is when your friends start to notice as well. And a few months down the line of using Skin and Me, I'm at that point. I feel like I talk about Skin and Me so often in my YouTube videos now. I think you guys know that I just absolutely love it. So it's been an absolute dream being able to work with them. And as a result of that, I do have my discount code again. Let me check that I'm going to get it right. So the discount code is Josie5Y. And then you'll get your first month for £3.50, which is amazing, usually £24.99. I'll leave a link to it in the description box down below. And yeah, for £3.50 you can start your Skin and Me journey. I have every confidence that you will absolutely love it, as I do. So without further ado, let's actually apply it. So you twist this up, dun dun dun. You get the exact right amount of product there. It's not a huge amount. The way that it dispenses the product, in my opinion, is so clever, because especially with active ingredients, you don't want to be putting on too much. You don't want to be not putting on enough, so that you get the absolute best results. Nothing goes to waste. You don't need to worry about blending a cocktail of different products to get the skin results that you need, because it's literally all in your Skin and Me. A few people have asked me what other products I put in my routine. So I've actually cut out, obviously, anything too harsh. I'm very careful if I do anything that's a gentle peel, because this is enough. This is enough of the actives to give me the skin that I want. So I actually don't feel like I need to use any other peel type products. Obviously, the most important thing is applying SPF. I have been using SkinCeuticals is a really good SPF 50. I love the Sarah Chapman. I have been using the Rodial Anti-Blue Light Pollution SPF 50 drops, and also the Beauty Pie Featherlight SPF 50. They are a few of my favorites. So if you are using active ingredients like in Skin and Me, make sure you're using an SPF 50 every single day. Actually, using this has really got me a lot hotter on using SPF, and I feel like my skin is very grateful from both ends of the spectrum, from treating the skin with this to protecting it with the SPF. Also, when you're using active ingredients, you need to remember to keep your skin hydrated. So products with hyaluronic acid in them are going to be your absolute best friend. My favorite is the hyaluronic acid serum from Beauty Pie. I like to put a few drops of my self-tan in there as well. I can apply that in about half an hour's time before bed, and I also apply the hyaluronic acid in the morning. This is only to be used before bed. So what I normally do is I'll cleanse my skin, I'll pop this on, then about half an hour later, or to be honest, up to a couple of hours later, whenever I'm going to bed, I will do my hyaluronic acid serum, and then I'll apply a night cream. At the moment, I'm using the Elizabeth Arden, the new night cream from Elizabeth Arden with peptides in it. It's really lovely, very calming, very nourishing, and very hydrating for the skin. And with the Skin and Me, it works really, really well together. Ingredients that are going to nourish and hydrate the skin are really important to use in conjunction with your Skin and Me. I've also just realized another benefit that was not even intended, but something that I did note down on my initial questionnaire with Skin and Me was that I did have, do you remember in summer I normally get hyperpigmentation around the top of my head, like here, which I think is where normally I wear my visor and like when I'm gardening, and it probably rubs off my SPF, and then I take it off and I lie in the sun, and I had quite a bit of hyperpigmentation as a result of sun damage up at the top here, and that has not reappeared this year, which is amazing news. So that's something else that you can benefit from, whatever your skin concern, whether it's reducing fine lines and wrinkles, redness, hydration, pore size, hyperpigmentation. Your personal daily doser will be designed for you by the team of experts, so you can let them know what your skin goal is, and without sounding too cheesy, this will make it happen. Yeah, I feel like a #1 advocate for Skin and Me, because it's just worked such wonders for me. So darlings, it's going to be linked at the top of the description box. Give it a try and let me know how you get along, because I am 100% confident that you'll absolutely love it. So now it's time to go for our evening garden walk. It's a really glorious evening, so let's go and see what's new down in the kitchen garden. Well, I've done a couple of hours of work and it's now approaching, oh gosh, I think I should have published a YouTube video and I've completely forgotten. I need to go and do that in a second. And we have some very, very exciting updates down in the kitchen garden. It's really starting to come together and look almost finished. Obviously we don't have a greenhouse yet, but that's pretty much now the only thing that we're waiting on. So the herbaceous border, the start of, is looking beautiful now that the mulch has been added. Charlie and I are actually going to be adding an irrigation system in here ourselves, so stay tuned for that. But just the same as this border here, everything is starting out quite small, but within just a matter of weeks, everything here will be absolutely ginormous and you'll barely be able to see any of the soil underneath. Got a really lovely mixture of plants in here, including a lovely rose bush. We've got some salvia, loads and loads of lavender. It's just going to look amazing as the entrance to my greenhouse. And then let's go down here. We'll try to avoid the sprinkler. This is obviously the area that's not finished yet, but I can show you we now have this cobblestone area here, because this is actually quite a high traffic area for coming in and out of the gate. So we've added these huge big cobblestones, and then this dirt area here is going to be grass, the same as this side. We've maybe permanently, maybe temporarily added the mint galvanized, oops, I'm getting sprinkled, buckets here. You don't want to add mint to a vegetable bed because it absolutely takes over. So it's perfect having the little mints in their own pots here. Everything is starting to grow and look a little bit happier now, which is great. We are going to be swapping this straw mulch out for a normal compost though. So that's a nice job for the weekend. Little update on my pak choy. They are the biggest success of the vegetable garden so far, so I can't wait to harvest them. And then down here is where the biggest change has been made today. A lot of the plants are now installed into the cut flower area. It's obviously not going to be looking neat until we have the mulch on top. Sorry about the wind noise, by the way. But yeah, this area is looking better and better. And then, very excitingly, we've now got turf laid down here. The sprinklers are on, keeping it all nicely watered underneath the walnut tree, and it's just such a big area, such a lovely area of lawn. So this will be a lovely area to come down, maybe with some sun chairs, some lounges, maybe we'll bring a parasol down here. But yeah, it's a really big space that previously, as you might remember, was just a dumping ground. We had the broken raised beds down here, so it's quite the transformation. I'm not even sure if you'll be able to hear me right now over the wind, so let's go inside and do some unpacking of some of the deliveries that have arrived today. Good morning, my darlings. I have come straight to the farm this morning for a pedicure, which is a bit of a treat. The original plan was that I was going to take the dogs to the groomer and I was going to come here, we're only 5 minutes from the groomer here, and get a pedicure and then go and pick them up again. But unfortunately, I'm going to blame it on Charlie. He didn't book the grooming appointment properly, and they no longer had space for us. So I'm here for the pedicure, but the dogs are not getting their pampering this morning, so I booked them in for next week. Aren't you glad I filled you in on that little bit of information? I must say I feel very grateful that we live so close to the farm that we can just pop in like this for a little Petty treatment. I have got my laptop with me though, so I might do some work here, because I know for so many people this is like a really special place to come and it's a real treat and people make a weekend of it. But yeah, I feel very, very grateful to have this right on our doorstep. So anyway, my appointment's in 10 minutes. I'm looking forward to just sitting down and doing nothing for a little while. That's totally a lie, I'm going to be editing a video, but yeah, that's my lovely start to the day. Okay, finished up in the health club for my pedi. I went for a really summery, bright coral. And now, as you might be able to guess, I'm gonna go for a swim. It's the most gorgeous morning, really sunny, not majorly warm. There's a few people attempting to sunbathe on the lawn, but it's definitely not quite warm enough for that. But I think I'm gonna do a few lengths, maybe in the outdoor pool. And I have popped on my green floral Maresia swimsuit. Well, that was an absolutely gorgeous swimming experience. So lovely and sunny. I did 20 lengths in the outside pool, which is probably about double the length of the inside pool. So essentially I did 40 lengths. Quite peckish now. I'm going to go and have a very quick bite to eat, do a little bit more work in the sunshine, and then time to head back home to reality. Well, my darlings, I'm back home again, and I can't quite believe that I'm finally saying this, but I think I'm about to give you the final kitchen garden update, because the Nicholson's chaps, Pete and Neil, have just left and they're not coming back for a little while. They are done. Oh my goodness, 11 weeks of this project and they've finished. Obviously there are a few tiny things left to do, just really minor things, a few plants that we're waiting on for the cut flower area, and obviously the main thing being my greenhouse. But I'm going to give you the final update from this mega transformation. Just for memory's sake, I will pop some pictures in here of how it used to look, and gosh, let me show you how it looks now. But first of all, I just wanted to show you this little view of the herbaceous border. And remember that they only put this in just over a year ago. It was March 2021 that this border went in, and everything was just absolutely tiny. And now look at it, it's done so well. The alliums and the lupins are really starting to take center stage now, and the lupins last so long. I think they're one of my favorites alongside the alliums. Sometimes when the dogs run through the border, they do snap the alliums, but it's not the end of the world because it gives me a really good excuse to bring them into the house. So we now have a few alliums in the house and they dry out really beautifully. You might see lots of little bees on the alliums. It's one of their favorite sources of nectar. Also, the little alliums that you'll find on chive plants are a great source of nectar as well. The euphorbia is just ginormous. A lot of them have actually they're very well hidden, but can you see here, they've actually got supports because they're just so huge. The grasses have become absolutely monstrously huge. The catmint, the salvia, oh, it's just absolutely incredible. And of course, the red brick path is complete. Charlie added a few finishing touches into this border here outside my greenhouse, my future greenhouse. So we now have some alliums and also some digitalis, and they're going to get really big and tall. And then we're going to put a couple of yew trees in this little gap here, the yew trees that we took out of this gap. Let me know if you can tell what time it is based on the church song. So as a reminder, my greenhouse glass is arriving in July, by which time these borders will be big and bushy and you'll barely see any of the topsoil. We've got a row of lavender down here, and then I've got what do you call it? There's a special name for this kind of gravel, but this little pathway down here, which is where my water butt will be. And I'll probably store unused plant pots and bags of compost and other unsightly bits behind here. And now we have 2 patches of brand new turf. So as you can see, Charlie's busy watering. And this is what the guys finished off today, this incredible cobblestone area, which, as Charlie said, literally looks like it's always been here, which is the access point from our side gate. We've got this storage trunk here, which previously was just on the grass, which was obviously killing the grass, and they've now put it on the same gravel base. The raised beds, you guys know this view very well by now. My lettuce and salad leaves are all starting to do really well. We've actually got a couple of friends coming over for dinner, so I'm going to be coming down and picking some of these salad leaves. My first harvest from the new kitchen garden, which is very exciting. Even though these lettuces are quite young, I can already start to pick the outer leaves. These are a perfect size for harvesting, and you can see this one's really starting to flourish from in the middle there. We also, very excitingly, have our first little baby strawberries. Can you see there's a little strawberry in there? There's quite a few little baby strawberries actually here. It's really nice that they're planted so close to the edge, so strawberries do like to trail, so hopefully at some point they'll start to cascade down the sides here. I'm a bit surprised my sweet peas haven't grown much yet, but we'll give them time. And then Charlie is watering the cut flower area. We've got the roses planted, some of the peonies. I'm not sure why all the peonies aren't planted, but I'll give them, we will address that, get them planted, and then I think Charlie's keen to put some topsoil on here. And then you might be able to see, as modelled by Charlie, the stone circle has got lavender all around the edges, so hopefully in the evenings we might get a lovely delicate scent of lavender. Can't remember if I've shown you this, but we also now have turf underneath the walnut tree. This area just looks like such a little haven, and we need to find some little plants to grow in our water feature. That clematis around the back is not looking too happy. And then we have a little hidden flower bed behind the water feature. This will all grow nice and big, nice and bushy, just to soften the look of the water feature. So we've got a rose climbing up here. The clematis has now been planted. We've got some ferns in here because it is quite a shaded area. And then you might be able to spot a hidden little spotlight down here, which just illuminates the walnut tree and looks absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, this is just a really nice little, a mini border here of shade-loving plants. And the plan is, when these grow up big, it'll just soften the look of the water feature. But gosh, it's quite emotional now seeing it all done and looking so incredible. It's my favourite time of day in the pink room, and it's kind of chilly outside today, but it's really gorgeously sunny, and I wanted to show you this new little vignette over here. The picture frame on the left is going to get moved up so that it's not covered by the lamp. But Charlie got this lamp from an antique place, I can't remember which one, the bottom bit. It kind of looks like a giant Himalayan crystal or rose quartz. And then at the top, the lampshade is from Birdie Fortescue, and it's just a really nice addition to the pink room. We've got the chest of drawers, which used to be in the master bedroom, in here as well. This little tray with the diptyque candle, the vase, and the peonies, which are over a week old now. They probably, hopefully they can cling on for a couple more days because we've got Charlie's mum and dad staying in here on Saturday. The peonies were from Flowered, and a little reminder, I do have a discount code for Flowered, which is Josie20. They do same day delivery in London and next day across the UK. And the bed is looking nice and neat, freshly made. We've now got into the habit of only changing the bedding before new guests come. So instead of changing the bed after our old guests, we leave that bedding on and then we change it before our new guests, because that way the guests always get super fresh bed linen. Because I always think, like, if it's been a couple of months since the bedding was changed, it could be a bit, I don't know, fusty. So this is the cream set from Linen Bundle, and I know that loads of you already use the discount code, but I'll just remind you, I think it's Josie Home 45 gives you 45% off the entire website for Linen Bundle. And if you spend over £100, you get a free towel bundle in your colour choice as well. This is the cream set. You might remember I'm missing a pillowcase really randomly. You might remember the taupe set that was in here before, but they both look absolutely gorgeous in the pink room. So I've just quickly got changed and added some curls to my hair. The top of my hair is ultra flat today. I think it's the shampoo and conditioner at the farmhouse, but never mind. I've just popped on one of my old H&M dresses. I wanted something long sleeve because I think we're going to sit outside this evening because it is a lovely evening, but it's just a little bit chilly. I have decided, the reason I'm holding this big Loewe is because I've decided that this is the one that I'm going to return. I have been using the smaller one, so this is going to go in the box downstairs for returns. And then once I've packaged that up, I'm going to go and do my first harvest down in the kitchen garden. I'm going to pick some salad leaves and make a nice salad ready to have with our dinner this evening, and then do my favourite chore, which is laying the table. And I might really quickly just pop down the lane and get some cow parsley to do some new little flower displays. I want to also show you this little bouquet of blooms which Charlie picked up yesterday from Daylesford. Are you okay there, my little stretching sausage? It's just a cluster of all of my favourite blooms. We've got a gorgeous, big, open, fluffy peony in here, some viburnum, and I absolutely love the viburnum when they are in this really beautiful green phase. And each individual petal almost looks like its own flower. I think these are quickly becoming one of my absolute favourites. If you ever wondered what my favourite flowers are, definitely ranunculus, because how could you not love something that looks like this? Just so many layers of petals, and this one has got the most beautiful, very pale yellow, green centre. I also love when they are white with green in the centre. I think they look spectacular. And I saw one at the flowered headquarters area in Marylebone. It was white with green around the edge of the leaves, of the petals, and that's probably the best looking ranunculus that I've ever seen. I think I would say that viburnum are at the moment in my top 5. Anemones as well are definitely in my top 5. And then, oh, look, yes, look, oh my gosh. I think greeny ranunculus are just absolutely stunning. I just love this bouquet. I think alliums are probably in my top 5 as well, so now you know. You've gone back to bed, my small boy. You're being a bit needy today, aren't you? I just love you so much, little bunny. You're so small and so smelly and such a little baby. A very simple tablescape for this evening, using some of my favourite pieces, the tablecloth and the place settings, and these 2 plates are Maison Margot. I have a feeling the napkins are Maison Margot as well. This is the same raffia kind of ribbon that I've been using forever now, and then some rosemary, which we actually chopped some massive bits off from the cottage because it was getting huge, and I just kept them in a galvanised jug of water outside, and they're perfect for little tablescapes. Glasses are from Daylesford. I've just popped our terracotta pots back on the table. And then these 3 little posy glasses, these are just some wildflowers that were growing around by our pond in a little shaded corner. I love these little blue ones. I've got a feeling they might be forget-me-nots, but how beautiful are the stems with the little buds coming through. I don't know if they'll all actually flower, but we literally have a carpet of them around by the pond, and they just look so delicate and pretty, perfect for this colour scheme. So I'm going to go and grab a few salad leaves and then help Charlie in the kitchen. Well, it's a very humble harvest for my first harvest of the new kitchen garden. Just a few little salad leaves. I need to plant a few more salad leaves, I think, for a bit of variation, but we've got some pak choy, some lettuces, some red oak lettuce and some rocket. I think I'm going to add just an olive oil and apple dressing. Nice and simple and tasty. Something really simple that Charlie and I like to do when we've got friends over for dinner is a mince and cucumber water. This is so easy to do. Charlie peeled the cucumber just with a potato peeler. He's using the rest of it in a salad, and then I have added some fresh mint leaves from the garden and a load of ice. Just looks like you've made a little bit more effort and put a bit more thought in than a plain water. We are using, I've only bought the nuts out so far, but we're using the new little cabbage bowls that you might have seen I picked up in Daylesford. Now 11:30 at night, way past mine and Charlie's bedtime. We've now had 2 late nights in a row, which you can probably tell from my under eyes. We had a really lovely evening with fairly new friends from the village. Hilariously, apparently there is a rumour in our village that Harry and Meghan once came and viewed this house, which I don't believe, but I just thought that was very, very funny. We had an avocado delivery in the middle of dinner. I definitely forgot that I did an order, whoops-a-daisy. But anyway, I'm gonna head up to bed now, take my makeup off and get into bed. And before I go, one more quick reminder, darlings, about the incredible offer with Skin and Me. I'll leave the discount code up on the screen here, so definitely make sure to check that out. I'll leave the link in the description box. And yeah, that is all from me, darlings. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon in the next one. Good night.